Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Jessica. We're so excited to be co-hosting Informed's new podcast, Stay Informed. We'll be exploring a variety of topics around developments in AI, auto lending, consumer lending, verifications, and interesting related news. We'll also provide behind-the-scenes reports of industry events.
From time to time, we'll invite special guests. So if there's somebody you'd like to have us talk to, let us know. And in this inaugural episode, we're talking about what everybody's talking about. So we'll call this one Cutting Through the Hype, how auto lenders can safely benefit from AI now.
Great. I'm so excited to explore with you how auto lenders right now versus futuristic scientific robot AI is benefiting auto lenders. So let's get started. Tom, everybody tosses out the concept of AI. Can you tell us exactly what AI is in just plain English?
AI is many technologies. It's not one. 50 years ago, you might have thought AI was a calculator, and today, it's large language models. So I think the easy and basic definition of AI is any technology that mimics human intelligence, whether the way we act, the way we think, the way we move.
I think that's great to explain it in that way. From a perspective of AI's many technologies, I think we talk a lot about a generative AI in our field. Can you give us a little bit of insights onto what that means to you?
I think the thing that's so interesting about generative AI versus traditional AI is that's really a new way of thinking about the technology. So what traditional AI does is it finds patterns in data. So you give it a problem, you use a couple special algorithms and it solves it. What generative AI does is that instead of looking for solving a problem, it looks at patterns and creates something new.
Yeah, so that kind of sounds like ChatGPT, which is another hot topic of, AI. So can you tell us about how that plays a role in ChatGPT and large language models?
Right. So what large language models are is essentially autocomplete on steroids. And there's a lot of exciting potentials for this type of technology, even in the auto industry. Frankly, the use cases are endless. But one thing we need to be careful about are hallucinations, which is the idea that it's so good at telling stories. Sometimes it tells stories that aren't true. So maybe you could tell us, Jessica, what you're seeing about AI and auto.
So like you said, I think AI and auto has come a long ways. We use it right now for, the cool things of Tesla, auto navigation, making sure from a safety perspective, you're not hitting road bumps and getting into accidents. And so I think the AI and advent of just auto industry is really exciting for us. What we fail to really think about is how you get into that vehicle in the auto industry. So from the perspective of credit decisions into how you get a vehicle and your interest rate when you walk into a dealership, what is that digital service and AI going around? So I think it's a lot of different avenues where we're bringing a lot of benefits to our lives.
Well, I guess one other question I have for you, Jessica, is we have this great tool and it's like being handed the keys to a Ferrari. Do you have any tips on how to implement AI safely?
Yeah, so I think you threw out their hallucinations. I think in AI as well as in real life, none of us want to be experiencing those hallucinations, especially if we're driving a Ferrari, right? So I think understanding the bias and the trends, how do we actually navigate so that we're aware of these issues and make sure that we're solving them ahead of time so that we're not driving a Ferrari down the street and having hallucinations. But I also think that from the infrastructure perspective, making sure that we have a good guide, we have a manual so that we understand what is the maintenance upkeep of AI, so that once again, no hallucinations, but also that you're not running around in a Ferrari on dirt roads and speed bumps and not knowing where to take a stop to get it maintained. So I think it's just every day making sure that we understand how AI is going to be affecting us.
Jessica, I love that auto metaphor given the business we're in. And I hope you folks will ride along with us for future podcasts for topics such as regulators' views of AI, potential use cases of AI in loan processing, fraud detection, and OCR.
For now, bye. Remember, we want to hear from you. Send us requests for topics. And for now, stay informed.
Stay informed.